b7, I would argue, is a little bit imprecise because you let white to play bishop d3 and then he can move to e2. So you could have the same position but with the queen on b1, which arguably is preferable for black. Wow.
Wait.
This is a surprise, to be honest.
Is there d5 first and then e5, or it's not working here because knight comes on e4?
Knight goes to
rook
e4.
d1 first. Rook d1 first.
Yeah, just to highlight that this indeed is a typical idea of breaking through, but you shouldn't allow knight e4. So for this, indeed, you'll have to play rook d1, like f to d1. Not even sure what black was planning. d5 pawn takes and e5 is quite serious. Something like that. Who knows? It's a very tricky position to play, that much I can tell you. Even going to f6, e5 and going back to d7 is very surprising, I mean, if you ask me. Why not to d5?
d5 here?
No, why not to d5 with the knight after e5?
Square.
Yeah, I mean, after all, like, this seems to be the square you're aiming at with the knight. If you go back to d7, yes, you do get the d5 square, but the knight is sort of restricted, right? So white went a4, knight b8.
Okay, she had this idea of knight c6, knight a5.
So black basically loses two tempi to provoke e5 to kind of define the structure, yeah, and then can go back and also not only a5 but b4 sometimes, yeah. Rook f to d1, I don't know if it was needed, maybe it was, because bishop f3, queen d4 would be a threat, yeah, and then queen to d5.
Yeah, this queen d5 is a very interesting idea. So you pin the knight on f3, so this knight will not jump on g5.
Yeah, it's very hard to get rid of this queen. Very hard to get rid of this queen on d5.
Well, if you play something like rook c1 and bishop c4, you always have queen e4 there, and the endgame is very good here for black.
Black usually enjoys like trading rooks as much as possible, right? Once again, the structure, as you said, like any sort of endgame is usually good for black because of 2 versus 1 on the queen side. And white has a space advantage in the center on the king side, so white usually tries to attack. So the more pieces you trade, and specifically major pieces, rooks and queens, right? So black kind of benefits from that.
That is right. In the third board,
a lot of pieces, unlike the previous board. That's the Petrosian system against